How did magical realism reflected Cold War anxieties? Have you ever wondered how literature can capture the fears and tensions of a historical period? Magical realism is one such style that emerged during the Cold War, blending the ordinary with the extraordinary. This unique narrative technique allowed writers to express the anxieties of a world divided by ideology. During the Cold War, which lasted from the late 1940s to the early 1990s, the world was caught in a struggle between capitalist Western powers and communist Eastern blocs. Magical realism became a powerful tool for writers to reflect the surreal and often absurd nature of political and social realities during this time. The genre allowed authors to weave together elements of reality and fantasy, highlighting the contradictions and human costs of the ideological conflict. For instance, writers used magical realism to expose hidden truths behind official narratives. They presented propaganda and manipulation of public perception in a dreamlike manner, questioning the reliability of dominant political discourses. This was especially relevant in countries under strict communist control, where censorship was common. The fluidity of time and space in magical realism mirrored the instability of the Cold War. Nonlinear storytelling and supernatural events symbolized the lingering effects of past traumas, such as wars and political purges. These elements reflected how Cold War anxieties were not just about immediate threats, but also about unresolved historical conflicts. In nations influenced by communism, magical realism often intertwined with local folklore. This blending provided a unique way to critique both external pressures from capitalist countries and internal authoritarian practices. By embedding political critique within magical narratives, authors could navigate censorship while engaging readers in deeper reflections on their societies. Moreover, magical realism highlighted the human dimension of Cold War anxieties. Ordinary people experienced fear, suspicion, and alienation in a world dominated by ideological conflict. The supernatural elements symbolized the intangible fears of living under constant threats, such as nuclear war and political repression. In practical terms, magical realism contributed to Cold War literature by offering a narrative from that could express complex social and political realities without direct confrontation. This indirect critique was particularly useful in communist countries, where overt dissent could be dangerous. Writers maintained a connection to cultural identity and historical memory while subtly challenging the status quo. In essence, magical realism reflected Cold War anxieties by blending reality with the supernatural. It revealed the surreal and contradictory nature of the era's political and social conditions. This literary style served as a subtle yet effective means of critique, exposing hidden agendas, historical traumas, and the psychological impact of living in a divided world. Through its unique narrative techniques, magical realism captured the complexities of Cold War fears and the human experience under the pressures of communism.